Hello everyone, this is Phil Yaeger of Yaeger CPA Review, and I want to talk about our course. And I have a lecture here, not a lecture, but an explanation of what we do first of all in our financial accounting course. Well, what I've done is, all right, behind me, I've taken actually the top 8 subjects that they test in financial accounting. And by the way, to determine what they're testing about each subject, it is taken from the AICPA copyrighted blueprints. The copyrighted blueprints are the maps or tasks that you have to know in order to do higher level critical thinking. All right? Because if you know the AICPA blueprints and it's taught to you correctly, all right, because we integrate it in our books, all right, we don't give you a copy at the end of the book and then just keep all the information and not even mention what the tasks are. Because courses are under pressure. We put them under pressure because when we started selling this, we said we're the only course that uses the blueprints. And that was true. All right. So they said, well, we use the blueprints now. All right. What they did was they took copies of the blueprints from the AICPA.org website and they put them in the back, copy in the back, but they never really took their notes and rewrote them and integrated the blueprints. Or they didn't take the blueprints and integrate the notes in the blueprints, all right? All right? We do. And that's because we want you to understand what you're doing and not memorize. Now, here's some of the key subjects in financial accounting, all right? This statement of cash flow, all right? We show you how to do the direct and indirect method, and we follow exactly what the blueprints tell you you have to know about those. And they're very specific. It's not vague like saying, hey, know the statement of cash flow, all right, using the 2 methods, all right? They're going to say, know the statement of cash flow, all right, prepare it based on the indirect method. Or, know the statement of cash flow and base it on the direct method. And then another blueprint might say, all right, explain the differences in the disclosures with the direct and the indirect method, all right? Hey, those are right from the blueprints. And you know what's interesting? All right, they recently did they took a poll of the students and people taking the exam. They said, hey, what percentage of you do not know what the blueprints are? Do you know that still 35% of people don't know what the blueprints are, nor do they exist? All right, well, whose fault is that? We know the review courses that have not integrated their books like we do, they're not going to mention the blueprints, all right? Because you're not going to mention something you don't have. And also, all right, I don't know if you can blame the AICPA or not, but, you know, people say, well, maybe they're not doing a good job marketing these, all right? If you ask them, they think they are. But either case, all right, 35% of students still don't know what the blueprints are. All right, so, all right, that's what I'm going to say. Business combinations, consolidations. All right, people have trouble with that. They don't understand the concepts. Well, I use the map, the blueprints, and the map takes me through the steps of preparing a business consolidation or combination. All right, and it tells me specifically what I have to know. For example, it says you have to know all intercompany eliminations and adjustments. And they tell you specifically which ones those are. They're always the same. All right? And remember, a consolidation is prepared on a what? Worksheet, right? All right? You don't go to the books of the parent and the sub and make journal entries. Eliminating intercompany profits, intercompany sales. That's only done on a worksheet. So the preparation of a consolidated balance sheet, consolidated income statement, comes from the preparation of the worksheet. You can't go to the separate books of the parent and the sub and make intercompany eliminations adjustments. But I promise you, I will take you through that, all right? And by the end, you will understand business combinations because most people don't understand them. I promise you, you will understand it. All right? Now, accounting for leases, we had to rewrite that whole chapter, all right? Because leases changed, all right? There's no more capital leases. Now we have finance leases. And you want to know how many blueprints there are on leases? It's only about 8 or 9. So if you know there's 8 or 9 items they want you to know about leases, then you'll understand leases. It's interesting that leases has not been really tested on large problems, task-based simulations. All right. Basically, it's been journal entries. Why? I'm sorry. Basically, it's been multiple choice, not journal entries. Okay. All right. Now, inventories. All right. You say to yourself, well, what do I have to know about inventories? Well, you read each blueprint. That's the task. That tells you what you have to know. So therefore, all right, if you know, you're not going to do anything more, anything less. All right. You don't have to worry going back to an intermediate accounting book. All right. And all the gyrations you have in intermediate accounting. All right. Which one of those will they test on the exam? Well, the blueprints is the map. That's the maps. And without a map, you can't find your way to the end. Well, you look at the blueprints. We integrate them, as I said many, many times. So therefore, if you follow our blueprints, you will know every possible thing you are required to know for inventories. All right, accounting for income taxes. All right, there's a blueprint for that too. All right, you have to know how to calculate income taxes payable. All right, and then when it comes to the timing differences, deferred tax assets, deferred tax liabilities. Okay, what do you have to know? The blueprints tell you the story, and we write the books with the blueprints. And then we have accounting for long-term debt. That's how to calculate bonds payable. And also, all right, the blueprints, one of them is ask you, do you know how to record, if you use the effective interest method, how to calculate the price of bonds, either at a discount or premium. I'll show you that. All right. Also, if the bonds are sold at a discount or premium, how do you amortize the discount or premium? That's one of the blueprints, and we'll show you. And also, if you sell bonds with detachable warrants, how do you allocate those bonds proceeds, all right, to the bonds payable and to the warrants, all right, detachable warrants. If they're not detachable, then all the proceeds go to what? Bonds payable. This may sound like, another language, but you go through it with us, it won't be another language. And accounting for non-monetary transactions. Oh God, people have trouble with that. And once again, these are exchanges of non-monetary assets, and you have to know how to calculate the gain on the exchange, all right? Also, if you have to recognize a loss, and also, all right, whether the transaction has commercial substance or lacks commercial substance, which means if it has commercial substance, the exchange of the assets are going to increase your cash flow. If it lacks commercial substance, then what happens? All right, the exchange of the assets will not increase your cash flow. I will make that so easy for you that you'll say, Phil, you're a hell of a guy, okay? And then we have governmental accounting. A lot of people say, God, I don't understand that. Well, this is the one subject that's taught by another gentleman, because most of the course is taught by Phil Yaeger, me, and Ron Primoroso. All right, we have both taught CPA review for many years, and also we have actually kept the books up and written the books. We have one other gentleman, all right, and he is, I would say, really an expert in governmental. He explains the different funds, and once again, we follow the what? The blueprints. Okay? And when you look at it, governmental and not-for-profit is really about 20 multiple choice, of which 17 of them are governmental, maybe 3 or 4 of them are not-for-profit. And by the way, they don't ask hospital accounting anymore. All right? Some of these CPA review books still have hospital accounting. Why? Because I got a call. Hey, I had this course before. All right? You have nothing in your book about hospital accounting. All right? So why'd you leave it out? All right? They just assume we're wrong. All right? But no, hospital accounting is not one of the blueprints. It's not tested on the exam anymore. So how do we actually, basically help you pass the exam? All right? You can buy, first of all, our regular bundle course, which is videos. And also, all right, our videos are in sync with the textbook, which we wrote, our own textbooks. And our textbooks are effective for the exam after July 1st. And also, all right, we do virtual review courses. Now, we have live virtual and pre-recorded virtual. Now, once the live courses are actually put on video, we call those pre-recorded live videos. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with that. The only thing is, obviously, you can't ask a question, all right? But, all right, every subject that we did on those virtuals are now recorded as pre-recorded live videos. And you can now purchase all of those for financial accounting. And what you do is you go to the Yaeger CPA Review website, all right, bring down the products, click on the products, and then you'll see live virtual courses. Now, that will then take you to a screen, all right? What you do is go down a little on the website, and it'll say pre-recorded, all right, live virtual courses. Those are the pre-recorded ones. And they were all recorded for the exam effective July 1st, 2021. And, all right, you will see all the subjects that are recorded, all right? And I promise you, God, don't be afraid to say, oh, live is a lot better. No. Well, yes, maybe if you like to ask questions and hear other people. But I'll tell you, all right, the pre-recorded have been used by students, and they say, that really was good. And some of those people took a live virtual, and they said it's equally as good as the live, the pre-recorded. So you go to our website, and you go to the top, all right, and you say, click on unrecorded. You click on the subject FAR, all right, and then scroll down a little, and it'll say to basically order, put these in your cart. You click that on, the next screen shows you, all right, the checkout, and boom, all right, you have those videos, all right. And by the way, generally you get instant access. And the question is, do I need the Yaeger CPA Review books? No, because when you are watching those, all right, we show you the book. The chapters from the book are on the screen with you. Hey, I promise you, you'll really like it. Now, if you are not sure whether you like our course or not, there's a simple way. First of all, we have demos. So you go to the top, I think it's the resource tab on the top of our YaegerCPAReview.com website, and go to demos, and you can see demos of the different instructors and the different parts. Or, here's the best way. We will give you 7-day use of any part of the exam. FAR, Reg, Auditing, or BC. All right? And you can use that. And you'll have a copy of the digital book. And I'll tell you, watch that for 7 days. All right? And I promise you, after the first or second day, you'll say, this is really good. And then you decide, do I order the bundle product? All right? Or do I go for the pre-recorded virtual? Or, we also have upcoming live virtual, but don't worry about that. So if you're not sure what to do as far as which product to acquire, all right, just call me up, all right? And by the way, if you have questions, every course claims they have a counselor to answer your questions, except the counselors are generally not CPAs who teach CPA review. They could be employees of the course who are not CPAs, all right? Because a lot of these people who are not CPAs, they say this, just do more questions if you're having trouble. No. If you have questions, you can reach me 7 days a week, and I will call you back, all right? And you get my phone number. And who's going to answer the questions? Phil Yaeger, if they're generally FAR or Reg, or Ron Primoroso, if they're BEC and auditing, all right? And we know the subject. So you're not going to be dealing with anybody but Phil Yaeger, Ron Primoroso. You're not going to be dealing with someone who never taught CPA review, all right, or could be a retired CPA, all right. We're not retired. We're still here, all right, and we'll help you. And I promise we'll do everything we can to get you through the exam. And once again, if you have any questions, as I said, and you're not sure which format to pick, all right, what you'll do is you will get Phil Yaeger, all right, my phone number, all right, and also all you have to do is call this number, 301-874-4900. I'm at extension 5, and I will actually pick up the phone. Now just remember, I am on Eastern time, okay? All right? Hey, I make myself available. All right? We give the best personal service of the industry. I also think our books are better than any other course. And I think the way we teach it, the old-fashioned way of, hey, did you like the whiteboard? All right? Yeah, it's pretty good, huh? No PowerPoint. I'm not a robot. Okay? So, please look at Yaeger CPA Review by going to YaegerCPAReview.com. And once again, you have questions, give me a call, 301-874-4900, extension 5. I answer the phone 7 days a week. I don't think too many people can actually say that. Take care, everyone, and thank you very much for your time.